Hey, this is Carl, and these are my top 10 custom statue reveals of 2021. So stay tuned. So these are my top 10 custom, fan art, unlicensed statue reveals of 2021. This list is gonna be very biased and will definitely rotate on statues that I did pre-order and some that I did not. There's definitely gonna be statues that I wish I can add here, but I do not have the permission of the commissioner to share them. So with that said, it's not going to be here. Again, I will most likely gonna be focused on quarter scale statues or even 1 3/5 scale statue. And will be just Marvel and DC Comics related statues, so no anime or movies. And the list is solely based on my taste, and that it means it's gonna be super subjective. With that out of the way, let's start. To start off the list, we have Galactus at number 10. It's been a while already since I've really wanted to own a Galactus statue. I mean, it's Galactus, right? I've missed out on two $700 to $800 Galactus sold locally, and the new Sideshow's version looks pretty small, which is disappointing. So here's the Galactus I ended up pre-ordering. A good runner-up for this will be Icebreaker's Galactus. This Galactus does have a lot of switch out, like a lot. Even includes a bunch of heralds like Pokemons. My concern is that he is very symmetric, but hopefully that's not too obvious on the real statue itself. Next, we have this Daredevil Classic, a classic Daredevil to be exact. Would have pre-ordered this one if it was the red version, but I can't deny how good the sculpt is. Pretty sure it's even gonna be more awesome once the prototype is revealed. Next is we have a Batman statue, a diorama of his Batcave actually. Was really interested on pre-ordering this one, but there was just too much follow-up payments this past few months that I have to pass. And Prime 1 revealed their throne piece that I wanted to get as well, so I might as well wait for that. But I still find this piece worthy to be on the list. Seventh on the list is we have this custom Hulkbuster. That's right, a custom Hulkbuster. I honestly went back and forth if I really wanted to pre-order this one. In the end, I caved in and pre-ordered it. Sculpt looks pretty good on this one. The Hulkbuster is a bit of blend of the XM and MCU version, in my opinion. But I kinda wish that Hulkbuster is standing up though. Nonetheless, this statue will surely have a lot of presence to it since it's going to be that massive. Plus the base has an Ultron sentry which would look great next to the rest of my Avengers. Hopefully by having this, I'll no longer be tempted on getting the XM Hulkbuster and classic Iron Man by XM. At number 6, we have the Cruel Wolf Wolverine statue. This is greatly inspired from the Wolf Killer statue that was sculpted by the great Eric Sosa. Really wanted that piece, and I considered it to be a personal grail. but it's too expensive already and I have to settle for this one. Sculpt is actually pretty good on this one. It's just that the Wolf Killer by Sosa is an OG. And there's actually a version 2 of the Wolf Killer. But again, this is already good enough for me. That's why I pre-ordered it. And we have him at number 6. Oh, and a good alternative or runner-up for this spot would have been this Wolverine by my favorite studio, which I also have on pre-order. Next is the SpiderMan that was sculpted by the great Caleb Nefzen. It's been a while since I've waited for a great museum-type Spidey, and here he is. The moment Caleb teased this Spidey, I knew that I'm gonna pre-order this one. I definitely asked around on who's doing it since I really wanted to pre-order it. Though it's only available as kits, that didn't bother me for the first time. It's actually the first kit that I bought, and there's actually 2 more 6 Spideys that I wanted to pre-order, but I've only seen teasers so far. And here's also a Spider-Man that I almost pre-ordered back then. Kinda glad that I passed up on that and this one came up. Next at number 4 is we have Domino. Sculpt is pretty amazing on this one in my opinion. Really wanted to pre-order this but was just too expensive for me. I might still be able to get this later on. I'll just probably wait for the prototype reveal and see if I still want it. This is one statue that I still think about pre-ordering most of the time. On the top 3 and at number 3, we have this Black Superman by my favorite studio. I would not have gotten this if I didn't pre-order Queen Studios' Wonder Woman, but I did, plus the commissioner also decided to add the Henry Cavill portrait, which suddenly became a no-brainer pre-order for me. Sculpt is pretty sick, plus the Cavill portrait just looks angry as fuck, so I guess my DC collection is coming along nicely. At number 2, we have this Scarlet Spider from, I guess, my favorite Spidey group. I was supposed to pre-order a different Scarlet Spider, but this one suddenly popped out of nowhere. Plus, it's crouching, which is the Spidey pose that I wanted to collect. Easily became a no-brainer pre-order again. Plus, it's gonna be produced by the same factory as my King Thor. So my expectation is definitely above the roof on this one. Before we reveal the number 1 statue, here are some runner-ups that didn't get into the list, but I did consider them. First is this Onslaught. I have this on pre-order and will definitely look amazing next to my other Magnetos, or any other Magnetos for that fact. Next is we have Hela. Most of you probably know I have an Asgardian line collection, so this is kinda a no-brainer pre-order again. Next is this Rhino. Sadly, this one didn't get enough interest to be made, but in my opinion, the sculpt is pretty amazing on this one. Next is this Catwoman by the studio who produces the best female portraits around. Still considering if I should pre-order this one or the new Catwoman by Sideshow. Lastly is this Nightcrawler. I think this is the best Nightcrawler around with a Danger Room related base. Maybe the color is a bit too dark, but the sculpt is pretty good in my opinion. And finally, at number 1 on this list is this Shogun Magneto. Now I know this isn't a legit or real Magneto, but the sculpt is pretty amazing, especially the intricate details on his armor. It does come with a lot of portrait, which I think all look pretty good. Good thing it comes with a portrait stand. The light up feature simply elevates the presence of the statue, in my opinion. Anywho, I hope the factory could replicate the prototype. Anyway, that's the end of the list, my top 10 custom statue reveals. Tell me down on the comments below on what you guys think. I know I might have missed some pretty good statues, but again, like I mentioned earlier, this list is gonna be very biased and definitely very dependent on my direction of collecting or my taste on collecting. Like and subscribe. This is Carl, and see you in the next one.